Hi there and welcome to Garden Tech Garden Equipment. My name's Adrian and today we're going to look at this GT33E electric corded lawnmower. So I've got the package here. I'm going to lay out the contents on the table so you can see exactly what you get. So I've laid the contents of the packaging out on the table so you can see exactly what you get. First of all, we have the mower unit itself, and attached to that by the cabling is the upper part of the handle and of course the power cord. So moving on, we have the comprehensive user manual. We have this bag here which has all the nuts, bolts and fastenings that you're going to need to assemble it. We have the two identical parts of the lower handle. And then the grass bag itself comes in three pieces. So we have two bottom halves which go together. We shall show you this at a later stage. And the top half of the grass bag. So that's the contents of your packaging. So as well as the parts I've mentioned, you will also find that in the back of the mower is the mulching plug, and that's located in its position or using position in the back of the mower. So I'll just replace that, and that's the entire contents. So the first thing we're going to do is attach to the lower handles. So we need the two washers out of the bag, two of the three-cornered nuts, and of course the two lower handles. So you'll notice this bend on the bottom of the lower handles and the hole in the handle. You simply sit it in position, fit the washer we showed you earlier, and then finally fit the three-cornered nut into position. So we'll repeat the operation on the other side, and that's the two lower handles fitted. So moving on, we need to fit the upper handle to the lower handle, and as you can see I've got two bolts, two washers and two more of the nuts. So if I take the two bolts and put them through the holes in the handles, one at a time, I can put that one in. I can take the upper handle and just locate it loosely over the bolt. Then I can put the one in the other side. Again, locate it loosely over the bolt. And much the same as we did before, washer on the bolt. And I'll just put that nut on very loosely. Same on the other side. That's that nut in position. And finally, I can lift the handle into position and tighten up the two nuts. So that's that one. And the second one. Okay, so that's the whole of the handle assembly done, except for the two little clips which keep the cables tidy, which are also in the bag. That's one in position, and that's the second one in position. So moving on, we're going to assemble the grass bag. Comes in three pieces as I described earlier. So the first thing we're going to do is carefully line up the two black pieces. Just get them lined up and started. There we are. So I'm going to flip it over, and you'll see these little lugs. Now I'm going to squeeze them in until they click. There we go. That's that one, that one, that one. Just line up the two halves. And that's the bottom part of the grass bag assembled. So I've just put the top upside down on the table here. The simplest way to do this is to take this groove, the black groove, and it goes in the slot here on the upper part of the grass bag. So if I just start at the back here and just place it loosely in the slot, I can then work my way by putting my hand inside the grass bag and lining up the sides. Back a little bit, there we are. And I can do the same on this side. Difficult for me to show this without getting in your way. Nope, not quite. In the slot. There we are. Once it's in, I can click it in all the way around. Oh, this side's popped out on me. There we go. And I've got it in place. So I can hold it in place. I'll just flip it over and make sure that it's located firmly all the way around. Seems good so far. Oops. Okay. And that's the grass bag firmly assembled. So just to show how to fit the grass bag, you'll see these two lugs, one either side on the mower, and there's two hooks here on the grass bag. Hook it in position, grass bag fitted. That's it, it's as simple as that. So this mower does come with a 3-position height adjustment system. With a little bit of practice, you can do it really quickly. So I'll just remove the grass bag and I'll show you how it works on the underside of the mower. Obviously, whenever you're turning the mower upside down on its side, make sure you disconnect it from the mains so that it can't inadvertently start up, and you don't want that happening with a rotating blade with your fingers under there. So there's the view of the underside of the lawnmower. So we'll start with the front axle, and you'll see 3 grooves here and the same on the top. And to adjust the cutting height, the axle can move up in relation to the body of the machine. So by pulling the axle forwards, you'll see that I can go into the different slots. Okay, so this would be the highest position. Now if we have the front axle on the highest position, we need to keep the deck level, so we need to do the same on the rear. So we'll show you that next. So let's say, for instance, middle position. I've just checked, and my axle is in the central position there and the central position there. So we'll do the same at the back of the mower. So slightly more difficult to get you a view here. But again, there are 3 slots for the axle. And I can just grab hold of the wheel, push it down into the bottom position, into the centre, and that would be that axle in the centre position. So we now know that the front axle, left and right, and the rear axle, left and right, are all in the central position, and that will keep our deck nice and flush to the ground and all square, not on an angle. So we've gone through all the assembly, the mulching plug, the height adjustment. The only other controls are the actual trigger itself. So you'll see in the middle here is this push button. If I pull the trigger either side, nothing will happen with the mower. What I need to do is push the button and then pull the trigger. So the mower will now continue to run, or the motor within the mower will continue to run. If I let go of the trigger, nothing will happen now the next time I pull it. So you need to deliberately push the trigger, pull the handle. There we are. So I'm going to move on and just show you the cable holder on the back of this trigger. So this little hook is the cable strain reliever. So what we need to do is take a loop of the cable, feed it up through here, hook it over the loop and pull it into position. And now, if the cord is pulled or you reach the end of your travel, it's not going to put undue pressure on the cable entry to the switch mechanism. Well, there we are. That's your Garden Tech GT33E lawnmower. Well, I do hope you found this demonstration useful, and I do hope that you have many years of reliable use from your Garden Tech lawnmower. I've been Adrian, and thank you for watching.